Our first question comes from Weekly Reader 79, and he writes, "Hello, OG Ant. This question is for you. If there was a martial arts movie that you would like to see transformed into a weekly series, what would it be?" Oh, that's a great question. It's a great question. Thank you, Weekly Reader 79. We appreciate it. Oh my goodness. If I'm being honest, and I hope that I don't tick off anybody who would disagree with me, a diagram pole fighter. It's gotta be. It's gotta be a diagram pole fighter. If we're talking about a serialized television series, right? Like Shogun, right? Where it's like each week it's an episode and this type of thing. If that's what you're talking about, Weekly Reader, 8 diagram pole fighters, hands down. First of all, if you have not seen 8 diagram pole fighters, stop what you're doing right now. Put this on pause. Go get the movie. I think it's on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken. Watch that movie. You owe it to yourself. It is one of the most incredible martial arts movies of all time. I will not tell you what I will score it, but you can probably tell by my voice because I'm going to be reviewing that movie. It's going to be up on the channel in August. So I just started setting up for that video. So just letting you know, 8 diagram pole fighters is a fantastic movie. And if you're wondering like why I'm saying that, well, goodness gracious. First of all, Lau Kar-Leung, Gordon Liu, Alexander Fusheng, Cara Huey, Lily Lee, is Johnny Wang Lung Wei. I mean, is jam-packed with stars. It is fantastic. So let's start off. Legendary director there. Inspired by history. So in a serialized TV show, it'll play really well, much like Shogun did, right? It's got an action-packed plot. Martial arts choreography is fantastic, especially the pole fighting, which is incredible. Set design, incredible. It's got great emotional depth, and I can't say why, but if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Particularly Fusheng, his storyline as well as Gordon Liu's, a lot of emotional depth there. The cultural impact that it's had on martial arts cinema is incredible. Lau Kar-Leung has a specific style, specific to fight choreography, which is fantastic. Music's good in the movie. Got probably, in my opinion, 2 of the most influential fight scenes ever that's been captured on martial arts film. In my personal opinion, again, this is my opinion, it has everything that you could possibly want. Even those who want gender representation, hey, we got it. In this movie, we got women who are strong and powerful, can fight, right? And they get some tick. So you will be incredibly satisfied with that. For those of you who are on that, it's got subplots. I mean, it's just dope. So please do yourself a favor. 8 diagram pole fighters, check it out. Now, specific to the question as to, why it would play good in a weekly series, in addition to all the things that I just said before, because of that emotional depth, because of the themes of family and honor, sacrifice, all of those things, you put all that into, again, serialized television. That's must-see TV. People will come back for that. Yeah, yes, you have to have some great fights, but you got to have some great dialogue, and you build that around that emotional depth, this good story, right? Things that are in the movie, because the movie's only, I don't know the exact runtime, but an hour and a half, right? Can be fleshed out. You can flesh those things out in serialized television. Particularly the things that you could flesh out. You could flesh out Alexander Fusheng's character. You could flesh out his story because we didn't get to see it play out in the movie because tragically he died while filming this movie. So we don't really get to see how that character plays out. I believe, and I don't know if this is true or not, but I believe that the character, without giving too much away, I believe that there's a redemptive arc that I'm pretty sure Lau Kar-leung would have put into the movie for that character. And again, I don't want to give it away. You could flesh that out. In fact, you could flesh out the entire Yang family. The entire Yang family. I mean, you could do some of the brothers who, probably not spoiling this part, who in the opening of the movie get massacred. But you could flesh those stories out. You could flesh out the stories of the sisters. You could flesh out the stories of the villains, of some of the Shaolin monks, one in particular that I'm thinking of, the master. You could play up the story of why the legend behind the special, the name of the weapon has jumped out of my head right now, but Kara Huey goes on a quest looking for this, I don't know why it's jumping out of my head. Same weapon that Lu Feng uses in Destroyers or Magnificent Ruffians. That long, it jumped out of my head. I think it starts with a G. But anyway, there's like a story behind this legendary weapon. It's like their family weapon. She goes looking for it. I mean, you could flesh out that story. I mean, it's just so much. It is such a rich film. And I know that I'm fanboying right now. I'm sorry. I apologize. But again, it's a fantastic movie. You can flesh out the politics behind that massacre that occurs at the beginning of the movie. And you can do the massacre later in the series. You don't have to start off the series with the massacre, but rather you can do all this fleshing out at the beginning and then put the massacre in the middle. And then the story can go from there. But I mean, again, it's a fantastic movie. I know some of you probably thought they're like, yeah, he gonna say 5 Deadly Venoms. Nah, you could do, I don't want to get too deep into that. I want to stick to this question. But I mean, 5 Deadly Venoms is kind of self-contained story. The only thing that I see being done with 5 Deadly Venoms is basically showing how the 5 students arrived, like in a prequel type scenario. I mean, you could do the movie. You could do a serialized series with that movie as well. But I think a lot of people would probably compare it to, the beloved movie, so it might not do well. But this, I don't hear enough people talking about 8 Diagram Pole Fighter to say that you can't do a movie about this, because there's just so much in this movie that you could take it in various directions, and you could just do a lot with it. So that's my personal it's my personal feel. Weekly Reader 79, I hope I answered your question. But for me, it's 8 Diagram Pole Fighter. I mean, Gordon Liu, to me, one of his best films that is not in the Master Killer series. He's fantastic in this movie. And the fighting is really good. The end fight is incredible. I would love to see that. The question is, truthfully, who do you get in today's martial arts cinema to play these characters? That's the problem, because a lot of the characters that are in the movie are everyday names for us who love martial arts and kung fu cinema. Those are everyday names. We don't have that anymore. So this has the potential to be the type of movie that can build us or bring about the next, crop of martial arts cinema stars. That's one way to look at it. But Gordon Liu's fantastic. Johnny Wang Lung Wei, Kara Huey, Lily Lee. Even in the opening, there are people who are in the opening who play brothers who get wiped out. Lar Kar-leung's brother, Xiao Ho. I believe Yoon Tak also is in it in the beginning. just yeah, again, this litany, this mishmash of all these great martial artists, actors and actresses, all coming together just to form this great movie, and that it translates to television, so it'll be fantastic. Anyway, I think that it's a great one. I hope I answered your question. Hey, in the comments, let us know what you think. Comment below and let us know. And in the meantime, let's move on to the next one. Next question.